Hello and welcome to another episode of On the Shelf. This is my first episode that I'm doing that I do not have a cold when shooting, which is really great. It's nice not to be sick while doing these videos. On today's episode, we are going to be looking at reviewing the Sonic Tornado Diorama, which is the exclusive edition by First Four Figures. This is my first Four Figures piece, and very impressed with what the company is producing. They produce a lot of game pieces for those that aren't familiar with First Four Figures. So let's get to the review. So, for those that are not familiar with the history of Sonic, this is out of Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on the Mega Drive. This is the last battle scene as Sonic and Tails are flying in to face Dr. Robotnik, with Sonic on the wing, which then he jumps off to commence the battle. So for those that have played a lot of Sonic the Hedgehog, this is a very nostalgic piece in a way, and very well done. So you have Sonic on top here, which is he's connected by a peg and a magnet, one on each foot. Now the paint app on him is very well done. No running lines. It's something that seems to be consistent with First Four Figures, that they're very tight on their paint. Looks really nice. It's more of the classic style Sonic. Same with Tails. He's a separate piece that comes off and can stand on his own as well. The plane itself, you have a resin propeller blade, which is semi-translucent, and with a red tip, and then the red plane itself. The plane is extremely accurate to the game, with the engines appearing underneath the wings. It's all polystone, as is Sonic, as is Tails in the cockpit. The cockpit doesn't have a whole lot of detail in it. There's no instrument panel or anything like that in the plane's cockpit. But this is a very old style plane. I'm not sure exactly what style of plane it is. I'm not a plane person. But all looks very nice. Tails comes in the plane. He's not removable at all. That's how he ships. The plane itself is a single piece, and then you attach the top wing and truss underneath the wing in it. So for those that don't like PVC, these wings are completely PVC. So if you're not a big PVC fan, then this might be one to stay away from, because the wings are a fairly big component to the piece. And they are PVC. I would guess they would have had to be in PVC to be as thin and long as they are. Otherwise they would have been super fragile and probably unlikely ever to get shipped anywhere in one piece. But if you're not a big fan on PVC, then that might be a deterrent for you. As we move down the plane, we have the legs, which are also a PVC, and then the rocket booster below. Now this is back onto polystone with a resin flame at the back. Now if you put batteries in this, that flame will light up. It doesn't flicker. It's just a solid light. So I'm not going to bother lighting this up for this review, because it's just a standard solid light in it. It's not coloured or anything. The colour comes from the resin around it. But for people that want that effect, then it's a nice effect. It would have been nice if it flickered like a rocket engine would. but not to worry. So the switch for that is on the back, under 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 the cloud. So it's not right at the back. So if you've got this on a display, then it is possible to reach around the side, and press it, which is quite handy. Okay, moving down to the stand and the cloud. So the cloud's done really nicely. I assume it's much like the Zelda Skywing sword cloud that they did for that piece where he's on a bird. I assume it's a very similar cloud. Looks great. Lots of nice little blue touches in it. The paint around the stand could have been done a little sharper. And the black stand, on the Skywing sword bird, they made this stand a clear or sort of like plastic or resin type material, so it's blended in. On this they've made it black, and I really think it would look nicer if it was clear, so it didn't stand out as much, especially if your cabinets aren't black. If you've got glass cabinets or white cabinets, then a big black stalk at the bottom is gonna show up to some degree. But they're all minor design nitpicks. Still a really nice piece for Sonic fans or computer game fans. It does bring back a lot of memories from that Mega Drive era. And I overall really enjoy the piece. It's often looked at in my collection by people that aren't collectors, and it's often their favourite piece in the collection. It is my only diorama, but it is saying something when it's consistently picked out as people's favourite pieces, especially when you've got real, stellar pieces, that are well known by everybody as being star pieces in a collection, like the Superman premium format and the Spider-Man premium format, the new one by Sideshow, and then this gets picked out quite often as people's favourite. To give you a size comparison, I've got a little pop head with me. It's a standard pop head collectible. It's a Michael Jackson, Billie Jean pop head. So just going to bring this into my videos from now on, just to provide a size comparison. People should roughly know the size of pop heads. I'm sure most people watching this video have at least one, or have been given one as a gift at some point in time. So gives you an idea of the size of the piece. This is especially important when the pieces aren't quarter scale or third scale. It's quite difficult to get a sizing of what the piece is like, and a diorama is one of those pieces. A maquette would be another one, where the sizing can change, and sometimes the actual figures that you get off the page showing height don't really give you an appreciation of the size of the piece. It's quite difficult to get sizing off first of all figures. They give you heights, but not really depth and width or length, however you want to name it. So this just provides some information on the size of it. There is a full bezel at the bottom of the base, so you can tilt it up, back, left and right. So if you do have a little bit of trouble fitting it into a display, especially with a wingspan, you can move it around a bit. But roughly how it is probably the best way to display it. It's hard to display it in a way that you can see both Tails and Sonic under this wing. So you've got to take that into account as you're positioning it. stay tuned for close-ups at the end of the video, and yeah, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment. As you see, there's Sonic close-up. Paint's really clean, lines really clean. You just see here on the arm, mine's actually come broken, which I'm going to super glue, and that will fix it up all good. But that arm actually comes out entirely.